And Clock District.
Don't forget Clocked. Yeah, cool. I'm Piqal. This is Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that's kind of it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, timer starts when the game starts. That's pretty simple. Move it over. All good? All good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'll count it down. So 3, 2, 1, go. Ah,
Nice.
good start.
Yeah, good start, good start, good start. Woo! All right. A lot of you will recognize this game. A lot of you have played the original games on the PlayStation 1. This is the Crash N-Sane trilogy, which is a beautiful recreation of those games. Welcome to Crash 1, where we have the hardest movement in the entire Crash trilogy of running, jumping, and spinning. That is pretty much the extent of our tech. You're going to see people will be jumping a lot while he's on flat ground and also going up and down hills and slopes and stuff like that. It gets him a little bit faster. Here he's got the triple master form, which we'll get into a little bit more in detail. Basically, he's a little bit of invincibility, and he's going to be moving a lot faster, so you want to be running for this form instead of jumping, because jumping actually just makes you go a lot slower in this form. We're coming out to the end of N-Sane Beach, N-Sane Beach I think it's called, which is the first level. Beautiful work there.
Not my best, but it'll right.
It's fine, it's fine. You didn't die at the start, so you're good. You can see here at the end of every level there'll be like a, you got so many boxes or you missed so many boxes. That's really important to save like a couple of minutes across the run. There's a lot of boxes. We want to try and get as many as possible throughout the run, but we don't want to go too far out of our way. Basically, if a box is less than 0.1 seconds away from where we are, get it. If not, leave it, because otherwise we can just hold A or X, whatever control scheme you're on, at the end of each level, and it'll just skip through that nice and fast. So here's another triple master form. It's really common at the start of the game. We're also going to wait for this second triple master form, because if you get it too early, you're actually going to not get anything. The game just considers it a normal box when you're already in triple master form. Best thing about this level is we can just run right through. Whole bunch of boxes right there, beautiful. These rollers, we don't care about them. Again, we've got invincibility. These skunks, again, they can get out of the way. We'll see if he's fast enough to get this TNT. Oh, close.
Not quite, yeah.
Close. If you're fast enough, you can get that TNT and just save 0.3-ish seconds right there. You can also see there's a bonus platform there. We have to get like 3 face tokens throughout the level to do. We don't care about that because that's really slow. Beautiful stuff.
There's only like one level we really need to do the bonus levels, and that's...
yeah, but that's a special level.
Yeah,
that's a special level. Yeah. Beautiful. 2 levels down. So the first few levels are pretty much just like a tutorial. We're going to go into the Great Gate, which will introduce a 2D style level. Most runners elect to do D-pad movement for these sorts of levels, just because, again, very 2-dimensional. We're also going to be getting a lot of triple master forms, which is awesome. That you can actually carry triple master pretty much through the whole level. Once again, just running straight through. There's some monkeys, they suck. We don't like the monkeys. If you have triple master, it's fine. Then we're going to start climbing up here. These logs, you pretty much just spin them, go up. And then we've lost our triple master, but it's okay because just over here, the next platform, yep. The one right there. Awesome, beautiful. So this one's going to take us pretty much to the end of the level. Once we get to the end of this level, though, we don't care about the cycles that are right at the end. Basically, the next level is actually going to take away all of our masks. So if Piqal's on a bad cycle, we're just going to go straight through. If not, good. Ah, that one pole. No one likes that pole. Beautiful. Just damage abuse right through there. Who cares? And we're through the Great Gate. All right, heading to Boulders now. Boulders is the first of 2 chase levels in this game. We do both of them. This one's pretty cool. This one, actually, you can get all of the boxes, but we're not going to get all the boxes. We're going to get all but one, because if you get every single box inside of a level, there'll be a gem that spawns in that big box at the end that has your box count. It's actually slower to get that gem, because there's another animation where Crash shows off his fancy new gem. There's only one gem in this game that we want. We'll get that in a little bit, but this one we don't want. We just want to leave one box. Normally, people leave the start one. I like to leave one a little bit further in. That's down to personal preference. You'll also see Piqal will be jumping around the terrain. He won't be going just in the middle. He'll be going left, right. He'll be jumping on the terrain on the sides. Basically, this camera will start, it doesn't track nice and straight. It actually goes left and right a little bit. And as it goes left and right, you can follow the camera either when it's coming towards us or if it's going away from us. You can, get on more terrain. And actually saves a little bit of time. You go a little bit faster. These lines become really important. It's pretty much the biggest time save outside of dying in this game.
100%. Massive movement. Like, if you can get your movement better, then you can save so much time throughout the game. Yep.
And there we go. You missed 1 box. And that is a very optimal on boulders.
Normally I miss 2, but that's not on purpose.
Are we going to go for leaf skip?
I am going to go for leaf skip.
Awesome. So welcome to Upstream. It is the first river level. We're going to leave a box in the back there because it's nice and slow to get that one. We're also going to miss that one. You could get that one, but they're going to go for leaf skip and absolutely nailed it. Let's go. Nice. We love a good little leaf skip. So this game is, I'm going to say it's an interesting game. Nice piranha. So when you spawn into a level, Crash has what we call floaty jumps. Crash will actually jump higher, and it'll be, as we say, a little bit more floaty. Just imagine there's a little bit less gravity in the world. That lasts until you actually spin. It's very unintentional, and we abuse that just to make that leaf cycle a little bit harder. You can get that box if you want to at the start, and still make that cycle. It's just a lot harder to do. In a marathon, it's really nice and safe to do it. It becomes pretty good, and especially if you get it, it just saves a bit of time over, getting the box and dying.
I think you lose about 10 seconds there if you.
It's pretty big time loss, yeah, because it's not like straight away. You got to make a couple of jumps. Also, Rakan, feel free to jump in with anything.
No, absolutely. I was only going to mention. No, that's fine. You were doing a great job. I was only going to mention the global cycles on the purple snapping plants there.
Yep.
So the red snapping plants, they snap as soon as you jump on them. Purple ones, they're on a global timer. So
yeah. Obviously,
optimal movement gets you through them nice and quick. Now we're coming up to our first big boss fight. Very, very challenging boss, as you can see right here. Stand to the left, jump over him. Stand to the right, jump over him.
Yeah, you got to be really careful with Puppy though, because once we get that final hit, he'll spin around and then he'll land on the ground. You got to wait till he comes to a dead stop, like that. There we go, because otherwise he can still damage you.
Yep, done that the hard way a few times.
Yeah, we're going to jump right into the middle, because otherwise Crash will jump on. It's a very small time save, but it's a good one nonetheless. Even a bad Papu can still save time. And that's pretty much the tutorial levels done. We've seen pretty much what the game's going to be throwing at us. Every level from now on is going to be kind of a variation of what we've previously done. There isn't going to be much that's going to be new from this point out. The Rolling Stones is not a fun level. It's got some interesting cycles. This is definitely one of those levels where jumping on terrain is going to be helpful. Beautiful snipe there from the piranha plant. A lot of once you spin away an enemy or something, you'll see them just fly off into the edge. If they hit a box or another enemy or something, they will also kill it. It's really useful for getting triple mask as well in certain levels like this one. Beautiful, good. Good judgment there. There's another triple mask right up here. Awesome snipe. Box right to the right. Oh, no, never mind.
We don't need him.
We don't need that box. It's fine.
So one thing here that Piqal's making look really, really easy is this movement is insanely tight.
Yep.
I personally tried to have a go at this game last week just to see what it was all about and get a little more information on it. And he's making it look absolutely easy, but I can guarantee you this is some insane movement.
Well, this is the N-Sane trilogy.
Yeah.
It's one thing to just run through the level just normally, and it's another thing to be consistently jumping. Make sure your jump patterns are nice and tight, so you don't jump into a hole, and also try and get these nice clean lines and still hit cycles. And another level where we're going to have our masks taken away is Hog Wilds. Funnily enough, on this hog, jumping also does speed you up, which is really cool. And as you can see, if you get, I think it's within the first couple of frames, you'll see you get that nice little fancy jump right there where the hog's like that. It's a lot of fun to get that one.
So yeah, to explain that a little bit more, anytime you see Crash sort of stick his legs up in the air and then keep going with that with the jump, that's essentially basically chaining these jumps together and chaining that speed together. Very, very hard tech, very, very cool to look at.
This is also another level where we want to miss one box. Perfect. Get those boxes right on cue. You know what? You know what's a good hog wild when you hit those 2 boxes as soon as the music does it. It's great. You also got to be really careful if you jump too much in these levels. This 3rd hog right here on the stake. Sometimes you can be on a weird cycle. You can also knock yourself off this last guy, the last enemy here, but it is terribly difficult to do.
I think I've done it once and it actually worked.
I did it accidentally, and it's like the most hype thing. That one died, and I was so upset. All right, Native Fortress time. This is one of the most hated levels in this entire game. The cycles are dumb. I hate them. No one likes them. This is pretty much just the Great Gate, but just a lot harder. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. That's a cycle right there that is, you got to have some nice tight jumps to be able to get that. So normally when we did the Great Gate last time, we just went side, we went up, and went to the side again. This is pretty much double the length of the Great Gate, but it's going to get a lot harder very quickly. Nice waiting there.
Yeah, cycles are slightly off, but that's alright.
That's fine. We want to keep this mask as much as we want. As much as we can, because there's actually a damage abuse coming up on the next shield guy, or after him. Sorry. We can probably save about 3 or 4 seconds there.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So going back to this second shielded guy. Get him out of the way. Wait for that fire. Awesome. Awesome damage will be straight through there. Spin through the TNT, and we're clean. Normally, you'd have to spin a box. Metal box lands on that TNT, and you have to wait for the countdown. You have to spin the boxes above it. It wastes a lot of time. One thing to also note about this game, you'll see Piqal will be spinning on a lot of these, I don't know what to call them. What do we call them, the flame things?
Yeah,
we need to give them a name. Fire pits.
Fire pits,
We'll
sure,
call them fire
let's
pits. If you spin when you land on a bouncy surface, you don't actually bounce, you just land on it, which will become really useful for places like here. You also saw a developer-intended shortcut in the back in all of these sort of climb the wall sort of levels. You will see, you know, these little holes where there's no spike, and you can just go behind there. Sometimes there's a life there, sometimes there's boxes, sometimes there's just a little shortcut through there. There's also a nice tight cycle coming up with 3 fire things. There's
Fire
1,
pits.
2 right there. Yeah, 5 pits. They're not even pits. Who cares? There's another little spot there you can hide in that final ascent straight up the top.
It's some smooth movement.
It is. Beautiful. That was genuinely one of like the most painful levels in this entire run.
100%. A lot of my runs can die there. Just
Yeah.
They had bad cycles.
From here until a level called Sunset Vista, which is pretty much like a third of the run, I like to call it the Gauntlet because it has some of the hardest levels in this entire game.
I would 100% agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean Up the Creek's okay, but like Native, Rue,
Yep.
Lost City.
No, Ripperoo's like probably the main part where my runs died. There in Lost City are probably the
Yeah.
two
Hey,
worst levels.
I renamed Lost City the Reset City on my splits for good reason. 25% of my splits die there.
No, I recently started doing good in Lost City, but yeah.
Once you sit down and practice it, it's a nice level.
Yeah,
Until then, it's not fun at all. I hate
Yeah,
it.
I knocked off like a minute on my estimates from just doing a better
Yeah.
hit of the cycles, and haven't been able to consistently do it since. But you know, I did it. So
It's also worth noting when we're talking about cycles in the last river level, the leaves that come back and forth are actually on a local cycle. So depending on how you are with the rest of the level, you can actually manipulate these to come at you a lot faster. You can actually beat a couple of cycles in some of these levels. This monkey sucks. I do not like this monkey. That monkey has killed a few runs.
I don't think I've died to that one. I've died to the piranha in the first creek level.
Yeah.
The second one.
I didn't die to the monkey itself, but you know when you touch the monkey and it makes you go the other
Yes,
way? Yeah, I walked right off the edge.
Yeah, done that before.
Yep. But it has a weird hitbox, so
They do, and it's so weird that it doesn't bounce you properly. It's like
Yeah.
a weird bounce.
yeah, it is.
That piranha plant there as well, that usually gets me.
Yeah, if I'm in a weird cycle, that one's normally I wait for the leaf to start coming back and you have just enough space to go. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful. These two masks that we have right now are going to be very, very important for the next boss, which is Ripperoo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The big run killer.
Yeah. This boss fight and the next level are the two biggest run killers in the entire game, especially for beginner and medium level runners.
Yep.
So, Ripperoo's a very simple boss in terms of sort of simplicity. He'll just start going around like that. Normally what you have to do is you have two options. You can either jump on a big TNT, or you can do that on damage abuse. We were going to try and do 2 damage abuses. Every phase he has a very predictable pattern. Once you know those patterns, it is very, very, very chill. There it goes. Setting that one off right there. A little bit early, yeah.
That's definitely going to miss him.
If you get that right one when he goes to that one, then it will be perfect. Yep. Oh, perfect. That one should hit him right at the top. Perfect. There we go. We didn't die in Roo.
And again, that looks really simple, but honestly, this is such a hard mechanic to get down in your head, and especially because of the different cycles, the different changes. So that was really, really well done. There is a strat for the first hit. Where you jump on the first TNT right as he gets to the bottom corner, and it's I hate it.
Never works.
I hate it so much.
Never works for me.
Sometimes works for me because when those TNTs start moving, you can jump on them, and then they still keep moving.
So
what? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I've done it like once in practice, but every time I tried an actual run, no.
No. So welcome to the Lost City, also known as the Reset City. As we said before, we don't want to get gems. This is the only level where we want to get a gem, but this is a very special gem. It's a green gem. If any of you played the original game, if you wanted a gem in at all, either a clear gem, which you get from normal levels, or a color gem, which there's 7 of them throughout the game, you had to break every single box and not die. The cool thing about this is, for a clear gem, you don't need to be deathless. You can die and that's fine, just as long as you get them all, then you're good. For a color gem, you have to do it without dying. This is like a 4-minute level, and it has to be done perfectly. No deaths, every single box. So a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah.
The good thing about the color gems is they're special because they actually unlock other paths in other levels. Sometimes there's boxes somewhere else that you might be able to get. Sometimes there's just a path that just maybe takes you to the end of the level. Definitely isn't the green gem. We're not going to see that later, are we?
No, definitely not.
No. This is a very slow, very methodical level. This level is better just to take it slow and just make sure you're safe. We're also going to see 2 bonus levels in this one. Most levels have just 1 bonus. This one has 2. One exception to the no death rule is you can die in bonuses because they do not take away lives. The only issue is they do take away your masks, which become really useful for the next level, actually. There's a triple mask right at the start. Perfect. We'll get that last embryo mask. Perfect. Don't spin that away, because if you spin that token, it's gone, and you have to reset the level or do a level in its entirety. Beautiful job there going on that ledge. It's a very safe ledge to go on. You want to talk about the bonus levels?
Yeah, look, I can talk a little bit. That spin there.
Good start, good start, good start. It's all right. We don't have to reset the level or do castle machinery.
As mentioned before, bonus levels don't take away your lives, so we're not going to lose that gem.
Yep.
This actual jump, this first jump that we just died on before, is actually insanely precise. It looks really, really simple, but to spin that one box without hitting any of the other TNTs is actually really, really difficult. Now, the rest of those boxes are going to be cleaned up by the TNTs. There we go there.
21
nice
21.
Easy.
Yeah, that first jump's a bit of a pain. You got to either get that box when you're coming down or bounce on that TNT. Wait till you're at the tip, wait till you're at the very top of your jump, and then go. These levels also feature these lizards. The lizards are not fun. Not fun. Don't hit them when they're on the ground. You will just go the other way, and if you do that right at the end of the level, you'll just walk straight off. I definitely haven't had a run die to that green lizard at the end.
I've had multiple die to the green lizard at the end.
Yep. Yeah, I've had a run die here before. Oh.
I've had lots die here. That's why I used to 3D platform around that, and then that was my main issue, so I just stopped.
I got that down to my muscle memory. I just spent an hour in here. Oh no! Oh, right at the end too.
It's okay.
It's alright. It's alright. At least we're going to see the whole of Castle Machinery.
Yeah, I haven't played Castle Machinery in
It's a chill level. It's fine.
It's been a while.
It's fine. So unfortunately, we won't be able to get the green gem, even if we go deathless from here on out. The only time you can really die is again in bonuses or before the first checkpoint. Beautiful.
That one doesn't matter anymore, so...
These platforms suck. This is the worst. Sorry, no, it's not this one. It's the next one. This guy's the worst. So normally you can break those 2 boxes. Normally you get a green gem right there. Unfortunately, we missed that movement, but it's okay because optimally I think it's like 30 seconds or something between doing this and Castle Machinery. I think it's not much. If you do the whole level and then the whole of Castle Machinery, it's a few minutes, but it's fine.
I think the first time I did it, knocked off like 3 minutes. So, but that's a long time ago now.
Yeah. So welcome to temple levels. They suck. Can't say anything. Unfortunately, depth perception is not great when the camera's like in this isometric view. Music slaps though.
No, music's
great.
Absolutely fantastic in this. Oh, those spears.
I think now might be a good time if we have anything to say there, Insomnia.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a $20 donation from Tree, who says, was meant to come to the event with Piqal, but was sad. But sadly, my household was hit with the spicy cough.
No.
Good luck to all the runners.
Tree, this one's for you.
And if we have just a little bit more,
Yeah, go for it.
just a quick reminder on the Crash Bandicoot 4 run. We have that skin selection challenge. Currently, Warped Biker is still ahead. So once again, if you want to see one of the other skins, you have about half an hour to get any more donations in.
Cool. Oh! These bats are not fun. This level, these levels get very painful. I've got another one later in the run too.
The other one's not so bad. This one, like, I seem to get the bats there more than anywhere else.
My issue with Jaws of Darkness is I used to run Secret Ending for a little bit.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I somehow missed one box. Twice in a row. Same run.
That's rough.
It is very, very, very rough. Also have more fire pits. This time they're actually more of a pit.
More of a pit, but
Yeah.
we'll still call them all fire pits. I think
They're all fire pits. It's
Yep.
fine.
there'll be no one in Twitch chat yelling at us right now about
Oh, no,
misnaming all these.
absolutely
Yep.
not. I can't see Twitch chat right now, but I can tell you they're not yelling at us.
Yeah, definitely not. Now again, this is quite a difficult section that Piqal is making look very, very easy. Those platforms moving, the depth perception, especially when you're going directly away from the camera, it is a mess in parts of this level.
This level stresses me out.
Yeah, it stresses everyone out.
These door cycles also stress me out. I hate them so much.
I haven't been caught in one of those ones for a long time. The earlier, like, the end ones, usually pretty good. The earlier ones, though, not so much.
There's a couple of door cycles that are very interesting, and there's 2 that I've mixed up a lot. All right, Road to Nowhere. One of everyone's favorite level. If you've ever played this game before and you remember the bridge levels, you know that you used to cheat as a kid. You used to jump on the ropes. Well, we can still do that in this version. Some runners do, some runners don't. I like it because it's fun and it's chill. I just get to hold up and just don't care about jumping all these hogs that you can't kill. The thing that changes in NST is in the original game, Crash's hitbox was a square because, you know, PlayStation 1, very limited hardware. In this, it is more like a pill shape, which makes it very, very hard to stay on those ropes, especially if you jump. I think it only saves like 2 seconds overall to be jumping the whole way. So generally, unless you're playing for, you know, a very top time, it's safer to either do what Pig is doing right now or go on the ropes. It becomes very stressful when you jump over those heads though.
Yeah, I find usually on Road to Nowhere, I'll do it. Like, I'll just do it like this, and then what's the other one called?
High road.
High road. I'll take the ropes.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know what it is. I always fall off the ropes on this.
Another very small optimization is when you go on the ice, that one that goes down, you can actually get a little bit of a speed boost. So generally the fastest route is to go on ropes, jump, 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 go on the slide, slide down, sorry, go on the ice and slide down, and then go on the rope. And there's the beautiful rope strat right there. If you're not dead center, you can actually see Crash start to like slide off ever so slightly. It is very, very, very slow, and then it just gets to the point where it drops.
I used to have my old controller used to have drift, so trying to run along that with drift was not a good.
You're just
time.
holding it, it's like a tiny bit.
It almost helped it because like he's always trying to fall left, so it just constantly moved right anyway, so it was fine. Kinda.
Yeah. So we're gonna Boulder Dash. Again, this level takes our masks away, just like Hold Wild and Boulders. Unlike Boulders though, this level you can't actually get the gem until you get the purple gem. What's the purple gem again? Lights Out.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere. Which we'll see later as well, which is a nice level. So thankfully, we can just get all of the boxes that we see there, all optimal to get, because there's some that are actually underneath the level later on.
You know, it took me until earlier this year to actually get 105%. Never done it before.
Oh, really?
I've run this game so many times, but I just didn't 105% it. Don't know why, just didn't feel like it.
To be fair, I mean, once you start running this game, the time trials are easy.
Yeah.
The gems are honestly the hardest part.
Yeah.
Also, one thing to know about this level, this game is not very optimized. There's a couple of these long, big gaps that for a lot of PCs just lag the hell out of the game. You'll be at 60 FPS for the whole game. You get to here especially, and sometimes you drop down to like 40, 30 FPS. It's weird.
Never had that.
Really?
Really? Never had that.
I always look at OBS and I start dropping frames immediately.
I know like one thing on this is like it's the actual time is like super CPU based.
Yeah.
So if you have a way better CPU, you can get a bit of like real time, but it goes off in-game and so without loads as a load removal.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit better.
Thankfully, we like to be fair.
Best way to run any kind of game, really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if like the loads are fixed.
Yeah.
It's just a good way to time stuff.
Yeah. I think they brought it in when the PC version came out because the consoles took longer to load before they split the
Yeah, there's a beautiful cycle there that you can make if you just start hitting immediately. Nice 5-pit cycle right there. Unfortunately, that I believe is actually a global cycle. So if you die, you can't do that again.
You can, it's just very tight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
I died a lot in my practice, so I...
Thankfully, unlike the Lost City, that's the name. God, I'm really bad with names today. Unlike the Lost City, we can actually die here, which is really, really cool.
Not that we want to, but we can. You know, it's a privilege.
I mean, we can have a quick death as a treat.
Yeah.
There's some beautiful water right here.
It is, yeah. One thing that we sort of touched on before, but wasn't really a huge amount in the run, is the sort of the 2.5 to 3D sort of verticality of these levels. So a lot of these actual walls that pop in and out, you can see right now, can technically be jumped around if you get timing. But it is insanely precise, very, very hard to do, and not very marathon safe. So that's why we're going to take the safe route. But it is possible.
Yeah, one thing that does exist in most 3D platforms, and especially, you know, Crash and Spyro games. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful work above that wall there.
Never done that before.
Wow. One thing is the coyote jump. In most 3D platformers, where your feet aren't actually where you start falling, you can actually walk a little bit off the edge and you can go around. So those wall pushes, if you get one that's, you know, only 2 things wide, or if you're on like the middle one, you can actually just get pushed out and then jump right around. It's very tight. It's useful in the Lost City because there's some wacky cycles there. Are we gonna go for the checkpoint?
No, I don't get checkpoint.
We're gonna risk it. Risk it. All right, risk it for the biscuit. So this cycle here is the local cycle. If you get that checkpoint that's in that little hole, you actually miss this cycle. We're gonna go for it. If there's a death until we get to the top of the wall, we're going right back to the bottom.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. There's a bunch of bats here. Never mind. back to the bottom we go. You got anything about this level? How much fun it is?
Look, it's definitely not my favorite level, I want to put it that way, but it's one of those levels where, especially not taking the checkpoint, I mean, I would take the checkpoint, but I'm fairly new to running this game, so it's one of those things where most of the time you find, except if someone mentions it on stream, then you're definitely not fun.
It's right, commentator's curse. Was that intentional? I don't know.
We'll never know. Maybe that was our death as a treat.
Yeah. I did mention dying in this level like 5. Oh, we're not going for the checkpoint again. All right. I think I should just shut up.
Yeah.
I think I should just shut up. All right, you can take commentary for this. You can take commentary to the next checkpoint. Go.
Oh, so it's going to be my fault. Okay, right. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And again, it's really just about beating those cycles. That's why we're not taking the checkpoint here. Most of the time, we're fine.
Oh!
Oh,
Go.
perfect. Good backup strats there.
Yeah.
Our 5 hits again, showing us why they're nice and dangerous here.
Yeah, these big ones especially. The small ones, like, if it's up, it's up, and if it's down, it's down. With these ones, their hitbox lasts for like a really long time. There's been a few times in Jaws of Darkness and Temple Ruins where I've just died for no reason because it's just like still on fire and I've thought it's good.
Yeah,
But
they really
now-
have to learn the timing of them.
But now, thankfully, we have another checkpoint, so we won't be refacing that wall once again.
Oh, but wait, there's more walls.
Hey, the game
There
could
is.
crash.
Oh, well, you know, let's maybe not talk about that.
Oh no. There's some beautiful work above the pusher blocks right there.
And you can
That-
oh, sorry, you go.
That box is a bit of a tricky one. If you bounce off that one, you're not having a good day.
No. You can see as well there's bats that sort of fly over constantly. You can technically spin through them and get through them. However, they're very finicky and it's just way easier just to wait for them.
There's a
Wait
lot
for
of
them.
bats. There's a lot of bats. Unless you get them pretty much like a few frames before you start getting hit, you're not going to get through all. I mean, you can. I've done it a couple of times.
You gotta be like really frame perfect to do it though.
Yeah, and you're just going to be very good at mashing that square button. Generally, when I come across bats and I'm on a weird cycle, I just spin them to try and get into a hole or something. Because generally the game does give you a hole to hide in. And these platforms are some weird cycles.
These are not lining up well today.
Wait. Yeah,
There we
easy.
go.
Easy. Oh, never.
We
Yeah,
should just stop commentating. This whole run, I
No,
think.
this is fun. I'm having fun.
I'm having a great time.
I'm having a time.
All right, there's a checkpoint.
there we go,
Oh,
there we
we're
go.
safe again.
Okay.
All right, we're up at the very top of the wall now. The rest of the lizard.
That's all right. Grab these quick boxes and then head to the other level.
Awesome. So that pretty much concludes what I like to think of as the gauntlet. Sometimes I like to think of the next boss as part of the gauntlet, but it depends on what strat you go for. Are we going to go for any hyper jumps today?
I'll try it. I'll try
try?
Koala Kong.
All right. Oh, we're going to try Kong,
I'll try
Are we going
Kong.
down to 30 FPS?
Not yet, but in a second.
Oh, definitely sounds like a car alarm outside is hyped for the run.
Yeah, it does. That car's saying go Piqal. So welcome to Koala Kong. He'll, there we go. He throws some rocks at you, and you gotta try and spin them, and then there'll be this big one that he'll try and throw at you. We're actually gonna try and get something called hyper bounce. Hyper jump. We're gonna get stuck underneath it. It's easier on 30 FPS. Oh, it's all right. You can get yourself stuck underneath that big rock. And you can just use it just to get on the other side of an invisible wall in that little lava lake. You can just go there and you can just smack him. You can just start smacking him. It's great. It's a very hard strat to do. It's probably, I'd say it's the hardest strat in the game.
I'd agree with
Like
that.
the hardest, like non-essential strat.
Yeah, I think I've done it like a heap in practice, but like I've never done it in a run.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near consistent enough to do it in a run.
And then my mate, he started practicing it one day, and I PB'd, and then he PB'd straight after me because he got Koala Kong and I didn't.
Oh! Did you beat him on real time?
No,
Oh.
he's got a better CPU than me.
Also, can we just shout out that how swole this koala actually is? It's
Oh yeah.
absolutely impressive.
I'm amazed his legs can even support those arms.
Yeah.
Like, my chat likes to call him Noodle Legs McGee.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And when you think about his diet as well, it makes it even more impressive. I mean,
Absolutely.
I cannot get swole, let alone on a normal diet, let alone on a diet of eucalyptus leaves. So
I would do anything to have arms like that. Getting there.
Nah, I'm not quite there yet.
Beautiful. That was a nice and chill Koala Kong. If you don't go for the hyper jump, it's a pretty easy boss. It's gonna be weird about some of the TNTs. because the game does try and like trap you into a corner.
Definitely ruins your day sometimes.
Yeah. So now heading into, I like to think of this game as 4 islands. A lot of runners think this game is 3 islands. What do you two think? 3 or 4?
I would go with 3.
I'd say 3.
Here's my reasoning, because after the high road, there is like that water. And
Yeah.
we don't know if it connects underneath.
That's fair.
So I like to think of them as 2 separate islands. It also means I can kind of like break up the difficulty in a way.
That's an interesting take. I like that. I like that a lot.
So we're now entering essentially, Cortex's factories and all of his industrial sites that he has going on before we head into his castle. This level's actually pretty chill. There's some like fiery pipes that we can jump on. Well, we don't jump on the fiery pipes. We jump on the cool ones.
We could jump on the chill ones, yeah.
Yeah. There are these spinning blades. That I don't know why you would just have that in your factory.
It's an OHS like nightmare.
Oh, absolutely! Like imagine if one just goes straight into a pipe or something. You could just ruin a lot of equipment. Also, the steam just running straight out onto your walkways.
Unless it's like a deterrent for the staff. It's like you are not allowed to go here, and then staff just started walking through this area anyway. So
Could
they're
be,
just like,
yeah.
You know what? We'll put these here. That'll get rid of everyone.
It could be, yeah. There are some really nice masks you can get in this level as well. There is a triple mask opportunity that we'll have that we can use in the next level as well. But while we wrap up this level, is there anything that we'd like to say?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a $50 donation from Tim Trollgasm, who said, "Live Morrowind tutorial? Yes, please."
That's good.
And with that donation, that actually brings us just over 50% of the way to hitting that goal. So keep it up, and we should be able to get that live any percent tutorial.
Absolutely. Morrowind's a great game, and it presents a really cool category, so it'd be cool to actually learn how to do it. I expect a lot of Morrowind submissions next year.
Just have ASM to Morrowind 2023.
Yeah. Australian Morrowind Marathon. There are these nice little bounces at the end of the level. You also did see a triple mask opportunity. We have 2 masks that we're carrying at the end of the level. These like bouncy pads, you can just like rub up against them. And as you come up against it, you actually clip the corner and it actually launches you straight up, which is really cool. You can save a couple of seconds right on there. Heavy Machineries is like one of those really chill levels. You just like...
It's pretty easy. Like,
you just kind of just like zone out. After like all of the hard levels that you have, you're just like, oh yeah.
This one's not too bad.
Yep, and now we're into Cortex Power. If you have 2 masks coming into here, it's a really chill level. We did talk about earlier, we're going to get a triple mask like really early on. This one has some really fun cycles, especially if you're doing an all gems run. There is a triple mask right here. We did mention earlier that if you have a triple mask and you get another mask box, the game just doesn't consider that a mask box. It doesn't refresh your triple mask. It doesn't do anything. We're actually going to use that to just go straight through because it actually takes longer to wait for that box. So we're just going to go straight through it. This level does have a couple of weird paths. You do have to kind of backtrack. Beautiful one through here. Oh, that's a close one.
Nice recovery.
Very good recovery. Just have to wait on that cycle. That's fine. Some of these pipes are really weird to jump over. They're not fun.
And again, it's that isometric camera view that really makes it very, very difficult.
Absolutely. Thankfully, Crash 4 has like a little ring underneath Crash and Coco that you can use.
It does too. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Whenever I go from Crash 4 to this, I'm just like, oh, depth perception.
And the shadow's kind of there, but not really.
It's there, but when you're in either Gen Room or a Temple level, you're having a good day. Speaking of Generator Room, one of the hardest levels in the end game. I hate this level so much.
Can you do the new skip?
I've tried it.
You've tried it?
Are you going to try it?
I'm going to try it.
All right. There's a lot of really small skips in this game. A lot of them require, jumping like on terrain or out of bounds. There's a brand new skip that was found a couple of months ago, actually.
Yes.
Where you can just pretty much skip to like halfway through the level.
Here we go.
I'm going to try it. No.
That's okay.
It's fine.
That is...
Oh, am I still alive?
Oh,
No.
wait. No, okay, never mind. That would be cool if we discovered a new skip
a new
right
glitch.
here. Yeah, new glitch. But yeah, Generator Room, as we said before, isometric camera, it's not fun, especially when it's pitch black down there. Even if you like crank up the brightness, you still can't see anything. It sucks.
Especially because you have a shadow and it's dark, and that's the only thing to be able to guide sort of where you are in the level when you're jumping in the air.
Absolutely, and if you're like and when you see higher level runners, you see them like cutting corners, and you're like, how do you do this?
I think I've done a couple like corner cuts one time in practice, and I was like, yeah, cool.
There's a couple in here, and there's one in Jaws of Darkness near the end, where the Cortex key is, that I like to do.
I know there's one right there. I tried it once. That was it.
I think the hardest thing with a corner skip is the camera goes really funky, because the camera doesn't really know where you are until you land. But these levels are very deceptive. You think you're gonna land on something and you're not. This is again another spot where people really like to use D-pad because it's just more consistent, and when you're holding up, you know you're going up. When you're holding left, you know you're going left. And there's just some little pipes at the end of this level. This is again another level where you can actually get a colored gem if you do the whole level perfectly without dying. Probably one of the hardest gems in the game. I'd say this gem is harder than Velocity.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with
This
that,
is so brutal. Thankfully, the first checkpoint's like really late. You see Crash is again beaten up by these boxes. He's not having a good day, is he?
No, he's not having a great day. It's
Actually-
funny. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was going to say, if you want to practice that first skip in there, you can do it in the time trial because there's a mask right there.
There is.
Yeah.
So welcome to Toxic Waste. This has the best music in Crash 1. Changed my mind.
Yeah, no, this slaps. This
It does. It's also a really simple level. You just go straight forward, especially at 80%. There are some nice boxes that you can get as we go. It's pretty much just don't fall. There are these enemies here that do throw these barrels down. This is now Donkey Kong. Welcome. You can also get some nice triple masks in here depending on your mask routing. A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to say, hey, this is the best soundtrack in the game, and then you just get triple mask straight away.
Yep.
But soon things are going to change up just a little bit. Instead of just rolling them down, I think one of them went, well, why don't we just bounce them?
Yeah, no, this absolutely casually this threw me off so much when I tried.
Yeah, when you first played it, you're like, what? I'm so used to these rolling things.
I don't even want to know how long I was stuck here for.
If you look at the ground, you can actually see like damage where they like bounce. It's really like hard to see that when you first do this game.
Yeah.
You literally just pointed that out to me. I never.
Yeah, so right
Yeah,
there,
right
right
there,
for yeah, and then there's
Oh, cool.
beautiful.
It's going for
Fine, we're gonna hear the music more.
Yeah.
You can see like a little damage point right there. You can see two on the ramp up there.
That is.
There's one right there. Yep.
That's brand new news to me as well. So that would have definitely
When you
helped.
notice it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I
can't unsee it.
now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I spend this entire level just looking at the ground. Like I'm just live to look at where's that next point.
So it was pointed out before, but there is actually a little tech you can do on these when you're missing the boxes. Actually holding down, I believe it's X on your controller, or is it A?
think it's
A if you're
A.
on Xbox, something if you're on Switch.
Yeah.
I think it's B if you're on Switch, but if like whatever the jump button normally is.
So holding that down actually makes the boxes fall very slightly faster.
Yep. So welcome to Pinstripe Puddleroo. He has bulletproof chairs apparently. I don't know how. This is a pretty chill boss. You just hide behind a chair, wait for him to shoot. When he's either reloading or his gun breaks, and you go. You actually do have to wait out the first cycle. It's slightly faster. I think it's like a second or two.
Yeah,
If you wait for the first cycle for him to go, and then you wait for him to go, because you can literally just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you actually save a little bit of time. There's 2 hits left.
You know if the other strat saves much time over just waiting?
The corner strat, it's a little bit. This last hit, you can just hide under the table. He can't hit you there. There we go. You just hit him. You don't even have to jump. There is another strat where you can get a couple of hits on him if you hide in the corner where Cortex's portrait is. It's a very hard strat to do though. You kind of bait him out to shoot and then he stops immediately.
Also, just on the scenery there, how actually creepy would that office be with those 2 massive paintings either
They're
side?
monstrous. So welcome to the High Road, another one of everyone's favorite levels. We're going for ropes.
Nope.
Good ropes. Really good ropes.
Now let's try it again.
Perfect. A little bit left. There we go. Awesome.
So we can see here the micro adjustments that are actually happening on the ropes because of that pill-shaped hitbox. So
Yes. And every time Pika jumps, you will see Crash's side just a little bit to the side. It's a little bit unnerving when you know Crash is not in the middle and you're like, I've got to go fast because I'm on PB pace. It's also hard to like do those micro adjustments sometimes with some controllers.
Yeah, you want to use this tiny bit and they'll just move the
And they just,
entire
what?
side of the rope.
Yep. You're like a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right. But if you can like get on the ropes and you can start running, you can really like get centered. These levels are a breeze.
Yeah, easiest part of the game.
Absolutely. They also have, again, cool music.
To be honest, most of the music in this game is just really, really chill.
A lot of just like great music. It just fits the level design. Oh.
Good
Hang on.
recovery.
Hold, wait.
Hey, wait.
Death coming? Hang on. All right, yeah, we're safe. Yeah, good. We can see the shadow. Good. Yeah, don't fall at the end. Oh, there's a nice little gap right at the end and it tries to get people.
That was a fantastic recovery, though.
Oh, that was a beautiful recovery. Those upside down turtles, they are not fun. You can pretty much like walk like on your way up. When you jump, you can still hit them and they launch you straight in the air. If you're not expecting it, they are not fun. So now it's time for slippery climb.
Did I have a mask? No, I don't.
No.
No. No hyper jump then.
Oh, you can do the damage list. It's alright, we've got 41 lives. We've got 41 lives. We're good at 40 now.
Go, yeah.
It's alright. we're not gaming. We're not going to game over again. It's fine. So Slippery Climb, a lot of people don't like this level. There is another level similar to this called Stormy Ascent, which was actually removed from the original game because it was deemed way too hard. I think as a kid, I probably thought this was also along the same lines. Once you play it as an adult, you realize this is a lot easier than Stormy Ascent.
Yeah, it's not so bad. Like once you get used to it, it's a pretty easy level.
Yeah.
Stormy Ascent though, that's no.
This cycle is pretty much just making sure you're being patient with your cycles. One really interesting thing to note though is these birds that you'll see Pika jumping on. They go up and down. In the original game, you pretty much had to be like coming right down on top of them. In NST, you can pretty much, as long as you're not like coming underneath them, you can pretty much hit them from any angle and they will just launch you straight into the air. So you can take this pretty casually. So we did talk about something called a hyper jump. We're going to come up to the last spot. You can also do some here as well. There's a few spots in this level where you can get crash stuck. You can also do it in Sunset Vista. We can get crash stuck either in a spike, in a bird. Like that spike right there is a good one to do it on. There's also a damageless version coming up where the checkpoint is right up here. By the way, one checkpoint in this level, just one. This is also a color gem level, so it's not fun. Red gem, not fun.
I remember one of my famous lines. I was showing my mate this. He'd never really watched the speedrun for Crash 1 before. And he was watching me. And I was like, oh yeah, there's like one checkpoint in the whole thing, so it's you got to be careful. And as soon as I said that, I was like, oh yeah, and now I'm going straight back to it.
Beautiful. So with that checkpoint there's a box on top of it. If you time your jump perfectly, there's a nice little visual cue in the wall. We can do something called a hype jump where you can jump on the box, get crash stuck underneath the platform. Game just tries to get him free, so it gives him a lot of upwards velocity. You can actually run on the top of this wall, and instead of having to do all these cycles, you literally just start booking it all the way to the end.
Although it has been said, you need to note that those hyper jumps are very tricky to pull off.
Yep, it's a... Whoa! Oh, nice. So, yeah, hyper jumps are not the easiest thing to do. Once you sort of know the setup, it's not too bad. When you first try them, they're not very fun at all. This mask here, sometimes it's good to get for safety. Personally, I don't think it's really useful because you get a mask in the next level anyway, which is going to be a very fun one. It's a unique level that we haven't seen before. The game tries to go, hey, here's like all of the level varieties, and then like right at the end of the game, it's like, haha, psych! So here's a couple of birds here. You can see you can just get them right on the edge. In OG, that will probably have killed you.
Good to know.
So if you do the hyper jump track, you just walk straight to the end there, just drop down, easy. Apart from that, that was a really good slippery climb. Pretty solid.
I've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
Normally
it's one of those levels.
Yeah, normally I don't die twice at the start, but
It's fine.
just marathon things.
That was just RNG manipulation.
Yeah.
I just needed to reset the cycles real quick.
Yeah. So welcome to Lights Out. This is a new level variety we've seen. It's dark. Aku is, instead of being your health, well, he is also your health again, but he also becomes a light. Once you spin the box, he's essentially on a timer. He will slowly start to fade away, and you slowly get put into darkness. This level's like really fun because it's really simple, but it is also very easy to screw up.
And not fun casually at all. I think it's very fun from a speed perspective, but casually, like I was running in the dark so many times and kept falling, kept crashing everywhere.
I've definitely finished in the dark a few times, just from, one of the final axes just kind of mistiming it and
I mean, the end is also like not that difficult to learn. It is pretty simple, and also you can, depending on like your monitor and how your game is set up, you can kind of see the end pretty well.
Yeah, my one at home's slightly brighter than this one, so it's I can usually kind of see where I'm going. Only semi-cheating, but that's alright.
It's fine. This level is also really interesting to me because there is right there's a yellow gem platform. You use that to get the purple gem. So instead of just getting a gem normally, you actually use a gem to get a gem. So unless you have the yellow gem, you can't get the purple gem. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's one right there. Wait, there's a platform right between you and that axe. Awesome. Forgot to mention that bit. Sorry about that. So that kind of gives you a bit of a perspective on how dark these levels are. Also, fun fact on the category extension boards, I really need to get this run done. There is a mod called the Darkness mod. It makes every level like this. Except Aku Aku doesn't light up.
I don't think I've played enough Crash Bandicoot to be able to do that.
I kind of want to do it. I just don't really want to reinstall this game. Nice, and you can see Aku starts going down, but this is the end of the level. It's fine. There's a platform there. Beautiful. Jump right over that last one. Awesome. As you can see, the ending is pretty simple to do. This is a few axes, and one of the platforms there will drop down. So we're finally in the end game. Time for Jaws of Darkness. Another difficult level. Who would have thought the end of the game's hard?
I don't know. I found my Jaws has gotten better than what it was. I find I'm getting more trouble on the lab than anything else at the moment.
Oh, I cannot wait for the lab. I love that level.
It's fun when you get it right.
It's fun when you get the cycles.
Yeah.
So the lab's pretty much, sorry, Jaws of Darkness is pretty much the same as Temple Ruins. It's just a bit longer. This game just seems to have this vibe of like, here's a level to introduce a new level type. We're gonna make it simple. We're gonna make it short, and then here's another type that makes it really, really, really long. I think this has the most boxes in the entire game. It's well over 100. I used to know the number. I haven't run this game in ages, so I forgot it. I think it's 100 and I'm gonna say it's 127.
I'm going to say with absolutely no knowledge at all, yes, that's correct.
I believe it's 127. This also, this level also has a key in it, which you can get if you're trying to 100% complete the game, but we don't need a key. There will be, we talked about bonus levels before. You get them with the Tawna and the Embryo levels. If you get Cortex tokens, there's one right there. You will open up a special bonus that instead of just getting boxes, you get boxes, and then you also get a key at the end, which unlocks another level. This one unlocks a level called Fumbling in the Dark, which is pretty much lights out but harder. And then also in Sunset Vista, there's a key for Hog Wild. No, that's something Hog.
It's something. It's
something Hog.
It's Whole Hog.
Oh, Hog, yeah, that's the one.
Again, Piqal making these jumps look very, very easy, but
some of these jumps, I just like pray that I'm gonna land. I just full send and just hold on.
Yep.
This snake is also really interesting. In that stack there is a Cortex token, so if you want to get all the gems, do not spin that snake in any way, shape, or form. We're about to find out the box count in this level too. Right at the end. There it is.
112.
112. I was close.
It's close enough.
I was close. It's fine. Okay, and this cycle is pretty easy. You can just run straight to the end.
And poor Crash definitely taking the punishment for us not getting the boxes.
Oh yeah, he really takes it. We could probably go get some popcorn. We could probably have a nap and then come back.
Yeah.
Or we could have any donations, Red, if there's anything.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a $20 donation from Grace saying, Piqal, you're doing so great, Corey. Wish she could cheer you on in person. Love Grace, Jazz, and Emma. We also have $10 from Board Banana, who says, shout outs to Car Alarm.
Beautiful, beautiful car alarm right there. So this is Castle Machinery. This level's really cool. Normally, if you get the green gem in the run, you would have seen that little platform that's, sort of has a wireframe off to the left. Fun fact, you just get on that platform, it takes you up. You literally just get like 50 lives as you run across. It takes you straight to the end of the level. But we're going to do this whole entire level.
This is fantastic because I have actually never seen this speedrun go through this level.
Really?
So, yeah.
It's a pretty chill level. It's not very difficult. There's just a couple of things that you need to look out for. It's a lot harder if you're doing any other category though. It also just has like a really weird layout. Like you go like in front of one of like the areas and then you go around and you come through it.
Also, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Need to get to jam out for just a little bit. See, just right there. I actually died once in a marathon in this level. It's not fun. I was like, oh yeah, no, I was hyping this up because I always hyped this up as like the hardest level to run.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, see, so hard. And then I fell and died.
Oh.
I unfortunately mistimed my jumps and miscounted my jumps.
For some reason I thought you had to jump up there, but nope,
No.
that's definitely not the way.
No, do not jump on that though.
I've done that when I first started this game. Not a good time.
I mean, you see that jump button, you go, oh yeah, I need to bounce on that, and then you don't see what's right above it. There's a couple of spikes as well in Slippery Climb that do that to you.
Very traditional style crash level design where they punish you for being exploring. And
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Welcome to 3D movement in a 2D level. It's fine. It's fine. We're only a couple of little seconds behind.
And like I said before, we can spend more time in just enjoying this absolute
Oh yeah.
track.
Oh yeah. We have time. It's fine. Beautiful stuff. I think also when we get to the end of the level, we might also be able to see the upper area where the green gem platform takes you. Takes this level from like 3 minutes, I think it's like 20 seconds or something like that for the whole split. And there's the end of the level, and right over there to the left is where we started. So normally it just takes you up and around.
It's a nice little shortcut. Definitely saves a lot of time when you don't have to play the whole level.
Yeah, it's also just nice casually just to get all those lives.
Yeah. It's a really cool sound, just hearing ding, 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 ding.
Alright, welcome to Nitro's Brio. It's a very interesting boss. So you'll see he has sort of like two phases. For the most part, he'll throw a green potion out that will spawn a blob. He'll throw a purple potion out that will essentially explode. He'll do two now. Alright, 1 and 2. These guys are really, really painful to hit sometimes.
Yep. Especially if you miss them.
I've killed runs here, surprisingly.
It's such an easy level until you don't get it right.
Exactly. Spoiler alert, by the way. This level is a little bit... This boss fight is a bit of a surprise coming for us. There's 1, 2... Oh, watch out. Oh, there we go. Nice. Alright, so he's down to 1 hit, so you're just expecting him to throw another, bunch of purples and then the green. Alright, well, we'll get the potions. We'll get 6 of them. 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. He's going to be mixing them again just like normal. And then, oh wait, what's this? He's mixing them again and he's drinking them into the second phase of the boss fight. This one's really fun. You can actually jump on his head right as he does that, because once he starts drinking them, he can't hurt you until he grows. We're going to jump on this block here. We're going to go up to him and we're just going to stay on his head, just run straight ahead and just finish this boss fight really, really easily. Normally you're supposed to, do that first hit 3 times. You can save a bit of time there. That back part does not break when you do that little skip. And also Crash just starts floating.
I found out the other day as well, if you spin on his head, you're in for a bad time.
You are in for a very bad time. I discovered that in a run.
Yeah, I decided to try because I hadn't done it before. I was like, oh, what happens? Because I know, like, if you spin Kong, then you take 2 beats of damage. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe. No.
Maybe? No. So we did talk about a level called The Lab earlier. This is the Lab. It is a great level. It's just cycle central. Personally, I like this level. A lot of people don't.
It's fun when you get the cycles.
Yeah.
I have a habit of dying about 30 seconds in, though.
It happens. It happens. So you can see there's a bunch of floors. There's a bunch of these trigger boxes right here. There's 2 of them right there. Some of them open doors. Some of them put the floor out. You'll see the electric things, they're on a cycle. You'll see the dudes with the like electric hands, they're on a cycle. That's fine.
30 seconds.
It's fine. It's fine, we get to see more of the lab.
And plus, we get to see the guys who just want to give you a hug.
Yeah, he just wants a hug.
Yeah.
Cool thing about those guys is you can literally just jump around them.
And it makes it look really good. It makes it look like you know exactly what you're doing.
You can very easily look better than like you feel
Yep.
in this level. Also in this, like there is a TNT. Watch out for that. There's the hug. And around, beautiful. So mostly this level, if you can do it deathless, is pretty much just run forward, maybe step to the side a little bit, spin some stuff, jump on those guys, jump around the huggy guys, and then you're done. It's pretty much this for about 2 minutes. All right, there is this guy here that you can spin, and right there you heard a TNT blow up, which is covering that box right there, which opens up that door. You can just keep it open. You can also see what the cycles look like ahead, which is really cool, so you can sort of plan the level out a bit ahead of time. 1, 2, awesome. And now there's a couple of rooms coming up that are gonna try and juke you a little bit. But thankfully we can use the world around us to just get into a nice safe spot. Perfect. Watch out. Yeah.
Probably could have made that actually.
Would have been a bit close, but it's fine. It's always good to take it safe. So watch out for these. Watch out for the TNTs, because once you jump, yeah, there we go. Because once you bounce in the box, you get like a very low jump. Poor Crash. He's had hundreds of boxes fall on him by this point.
Definitely no brain damage.
Yeah.
Damage.
So welcome to the hardest level in the game. This is the Great Hall. I'm going to be really quiet so we can focus on this one, all right?
I did actually die on this the other day. Like, not even joking, I somehow fell in that hole.
I've done it too, don't worry.
And that's the level.
So there's the Great Hall done. Normally what happens is every time you get a gem, there is a platform that will come out. There's 21 gems that you need to get. There's 21 clear gems. Fortunately for us in this game, in NST, you can actually get color gems and they count. In OG, it's just the colored gems, and then that takes you to like a nice little secret ending. Don't ask me how Cortex's castle on fire. It is. These orbs also have the worst hitbox. So welcome to the final boss, Dr. Neo Cortex. Darn you, Crash Bandicoot, indeed. It's pretty much just, he shoots orbs. Watch out for the orbs. If it's a green one, spin it back at him. Sometimes you have to spin like 2 or 3 before it starts firing back. And they have the weirdest hitboxes. Also, this camera does not make it.
No, this camera is horrendous for this. And it's something we didn't actually mention before, but it is something that's very common in this game, is that green is good, purple is bad.
Yep. Blue is also bad in this case.
Unless it's pipes, then it's good, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's a very, yeah.
The game tries to sort of like identify and just try and teach you early on what is good and what is bad, and you can kind of judge it from there on out. Ooh, there we go. Oh. Again, these orbs have the weirdest hitboxes, so you can think you're going to go underneath one, or you can think you're going to jump over one. This phase sucks because it just fires a bunch at you, and you can get very easily stuck on one side of the blimp. Perfect. Time is coming up very, very shortly. There is just one thing left to spin back. And time! Beautiful. That was a good run.
Wasn't too bad, only a few mistakes.
A 102.46, that's not bad.
It's like 55 minutes.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, mid-50s, that's pretty good. And there is Torna, Crash's girlfriend. She's very, very tall.
You'll be seeing her again, but slightly different soon.
Oh, no.
No. No,
did you have anything to say?
No, just thanks to everyone that's been donating so far. Hope you guys are having a good event, and yeah, good luck to everyone else.
Got anything to say?
No, that was pretty fantastic. That was my first time commentating a Crash Run, so I really enjoyed myself.
Crash Runs are fun to commentate.